So you want to play your old console on your new TV, but your old console has these, and your new TV has this, not this. What do? We have an answer for you. Ask Dr. Ma. Ryan Michael 7345. He says, Dr. Mod, I have a question. Can you mod retro consoles to output digital signals so they can be played on modern television?
There's different ways of doing it. One is to get an upscaler, and then that way you don't have to do any real modifications to the console itself.
Yeah, just plug and play.
Yeah, and there's some good quality upscalers there, and you kind of get what you pay for with those, so you want to get a good one. Now that being said, there's another alternative, and that is actually working on the hardware on your console and doing some modifications to it to be able to have an HDMI port, whether that be a micro HDMI or mini HDMI or a regular sized HDMI port. And that exists for several consoles, such as the Nintendo 64, the Dreamcast, gosh, even the Game Gear and the Game Boy Advance, which we've shown on the show before. I kind of liked it on the handhelds. Why? Because it allows you to transfer the signal from your handheld to the TV and play it on there and play it on a bigger screen. When you're doing an HDMI mod, let's say on a GameCube or a Nintendo 64 or a Dreamcast, you will be doing some soldering onto the actual board. That happens, if you don't know what you're doing, you could really mess things up. What's going to happen when HDMI becomes obsolete, right?
I know this sounds crazy,
yeah.
Okay, but this is going to happen eventually, because I can remember when component was the thing, and then RCA was the thing before that, and then coaxial. And
so you got to think about that too. Do you really want to make this kind of modification that's kind of permanent? And after you cut that shell, it's like that forever.
Yeah.
Unless you want to reshell it. But
an HDMI converter for something like an N64 or a Dreamcast or a GameCube, super common on Amazon. They're really, in my opinion, there's no reason to hack into the back of your shell, and it's a little dongle. It's really not that big. The only thing I don't like about the HDMI converters is they require power. So you actually do have to power that converter, but we ran into a problem before.
Yeah.
So I was using this HDMI adapter that I bought on Amazon. It was cheap. 20 bucks, I think, and it worked fine for a little while. And I turned my GameCube on to play, and it kind of like, and then I smell.
Yep.
The smell. You can tell when something has been fried, and I thought, this is not good. I am nowhere near the level of what he knows when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I called right away and I was like, hey, something happened. I don't know what, but I was just turning my GameCube on and this happened. What happened?
Well, it ended up shorting the power board on the GameCube. And so, it
shot power
back
into the GameCube, which then fried the power board.